and share your screen. Let's see if everything works.
Okay, 2 seconds. Let me, I'm writing down a good safety tip that I found.
Okay.
I'm writing it down so I can remember to say.
Okay. Oh, this deep part is not gonna work in my hair. The problem is hair, right? What do you look like on here?
Let's see, all dark areas.
That's the thing I hate dealing with.
It's like, just do what you
My
want.
friend, she just did hers. My daughter did hers and she cut them off straight. So I'm glad she did.
Oh.
She started them out wrong.
I'm coming, sorry.
Oh, no problem. We got 6 minutes before we start letting people in.
That's okay, I got you right here. Share, boom, share sound, boom.
Hey, Eric, you are also a co-host too. So if you want to admit people in, if you see me not seeing them or something, that works. Penny, a question for you. How do you want to handle the chat? Are you able to see it? Do you want me to say hey, or do you want Eric to ask the questions that are in the chat?
Let me see. Okay, let me just come down here. Let's see, I dismissed this. Okay, so I don't know that I can see the chat.
Okay. If it becomes too much of a problem, either myself or Eric can read the chat for you.
Oh, I found how to, it's just because as operator error, I don't know how to find this little thingy, but I found it.
Okay, perfect.
So your camera is wobbling. It's still wobbling right now, Eric?
Yeah.
All right, let me,
No, it's good.
hold on. Okay, you said now it's good?
Mhm.
Okay.
So like last time, it'll be a brief introduction. Thank you for joining us for Lunch and Learn. We have members from our talent department on the line who will be talking today about workplace safety. Penny Roth and Eric Eulis. Penny and Eric, take it away. And then you guys can show the video. After the video, we'll put that poll up. And Penny, I did not add that third question, so it'll just be the 2 questions. And then the poll results will come. And then you can continue on with your information. The last time, I think we gave them a whole minute or 2. Was it 1 or 2, Eric?
It was 2.
2 minutes to complete the poll. And then once the poll was done, we were good to go with you finishing out the presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds like chicken winter dinner.
Okay. Don't forget to breathe. Pace yourself.
Hi, I'm Penny Roth, Workers' Compensation Coordinator with Columbus City Schools. These are the most common
I was just trying to
types of workplace. Hi, I'm Penny.
pause. Pause. Okay, sorry, just trying to have it ready.
Good morning, everyone. We'll get started right at 11:30. Good morning, everyone. We'll get started at 11:30 exactly. Good morning, everyone. It is 11:30. We will wait just a few more minutes while others are joining us. But welcome and thank you all for taking time out of your morning to be a part of Lunch and Learn. We'll get started here shortly. Good morning, everyone. We'll get started here in just a minute, giving more time for others to enter the room. If you wouldn't mind putting in the chat what you're having for lunch, I'd love to know. Ooh, salmon and salad. That sounds good. Still deciding, Rhea, me too. Me too. Audrey, you forgot to pack. How dare you? Okay. Eric's still deciding. I think the last time me and Eric were together, I had Swedish fish for lunch. Ground turkey chili. That sounds good. Maribel, bring me a piece. You don't eat lunch? Okay. No fun, Kevin. It's okay. You're still a fun person, just no lunch. I buy two, yes. We'll give this maybe about one more minute, just to allow a few more people to hop on if they choose to. And we'll get started. But thank you all for joining us today for Workplace Safety. Get started at 11:33.
I'm gonna take you up on that offer, Kevin.
Rhea, you beat me to it. I was about to say, I'm in. Kevin, I'm in.
Any,
Ke-
anytime I owe y'all guys.
We owe you, I think.
yeah,
No,
Well-
I owe y'all guys.
when
Count
you're
me in.
free, count me in.
So it is 11:33. We'll go ahead and get started. Again, thank you all for taking time out of your morning to be a part of our Lunch and Learn. We certainly are grateful to you for finding value at this time in what you'll be learning about today. And so our talent team, which includes currently Penny Roth and Eric Gulis today, will be providing you with information about workplace injuries or workplace safety. And so if you have any additional questions, you can point them to them. But right now we'll get started with the content. Penny and Eric, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Again, as Lydia said, thank you for joining. My name is Penny and I'm the Workers' Compensation Coordinator for Columbus City Schools. Just a few things I want to say before we start. We will pause for questions and conversations. And if you have a workers' compensation claim or any personal medical information, please do not share on this time. You can reach out to me directly. I'll give you my contact and we can discuss privately. To begin, we're going to start with showing a video.
Hi, I'm Penny Roth, Workers' Compensation Coordinator with Columbus City Schools. As winter weather approaches, we thought it would be a good time to remind you of some safety tips on accident prevention for slips, trips, and falls. These are the most common types of workplace accidents that are reported here at Columbus City Schools. Let's talk about some general tips to keep you safe. The most important thing to remember is to slow down when walking. Always take your time and be attentive of your surroundings. Accidents are more likely to occur when you are rushing and not aware of your surroundings. Pay special attention to things like uneven floor surfaces or stairs, and always use handrails when they are available. Many slips inside buildings are due to wet flooring. Keep an eye out for puddles of water or spilled milk, particularly around building entrances, drinking fountains, and the cafeteria. When it rains and snows outside, it is especially important to be aware of the added risk of slipping, tripping, and falling. Always wear proper shoes for the environment. Flat soles that are skid resistant are the best shoes for winter weather and wet conditions. If you need to wear dress shoes, you can always change them once you are safely inside your building. If you notice a patch of ice, try to walk around it or avoid it. If this is not possible, safety experts suggest extending your arms to your sides to keep balance and taking small, short steps, kind of like a penguin. Don't forget to always keep an eye out for uneven pavement or cracks and even holes. Now, let's talk about using safety equipment. Many reported falls within the district are caused by using chairs to reach higher levels. When you need to reach something up high, it's common to grab the nearest chair and stand on it. But falls from chairs are common injuries in the workplace. Chairs or stools may not be stable enough to take your weight, or may not be stable enough to remain steady at height. Chairs and stools for sitting on are not designed to be stepped on. Using a step ladder is an easy solution to keep you safe. If you need a step stool, ask your custodian or your administrator. Waiting a few minutes for a step stool can save you a trip to the ER. We do our best to prevent workplace injuries, but sometimes accidents happen. If you have a workplace accident or injury, please be sure to complete a workplace injury illness report online through Public School Works. You can find the report online by navigating to our website at ccsoh.us, clicking on staff, and then clicking on Workplace Injury Illness Reporting. It is important to report all accidents, even if a physical injury did not occur. Remember the following tips to keep you safe at work. 1, if you see a potential hazard, please say something. 2, make your administrator and custodian aware of the hazard. 3, be aware of your surroundings and wear proper footwear based on the weather conditions. And 4, always report an accident at work, even if you didn't get hurt. Every day you work to keep your students safe, and we want you to know that your safety is important too. The Workers' Compensation Team is here to support you if you need assistance. You can reach us at 380-997-7574 or email us at workplaceinjuries@columbus.k12.oh.us. As you keep these safety tips in mind this season, remember, safety starts with you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch that video. And we just really want to express that your safety really does matter. So as we go through, we are going to discuss safety first. And let me move this for you. Oh, so we're going to ask a poll first. Thanks, Lydia. We're going to take a few minutes for this. Who is responsible for your safety? If you could just take a few minutes for that, and then also if you could answer, where do you go to complete an accident report? I see we're getting a few little mixed emotions here, as we'll call them. Okay, so it looks like all the answers are in just about. So let's talk about who is responsible for safety. The correct answer is everyone. We're all responsible. We all have a duty to take for one another and ourselves. And part of that can be, if you see something, don't just leave it there, because while you've seen it and you were able to step aside it, the next person may not. So you might have just helped somebody else not be injured. So we're all responsible throughout the district. Where to go to complete an accident report? Oh, thank you. There's no find an old paper report. I appreciate you for that. But Public School Works is the correct answer. So during this presentation today, we will take a few moments to show you how to get to Public School Works and what to do. It's really easy. A lot of people have given me feedback that they don't report injuries because they don't know what to do or it's too hard. So we've made it really easy to access and to move along. So we will take you through that today and show you that as well. So I appreciate you taking the time to answer those questions. And we're just going to exit out of there. So let's talk about safety. Did you know slips, trips, and falls are among the leading causes of serious workplace accidents? 20% of slip, trips, and falls are what causes accidents, but slip, trips, and falls, while they're only 20% of causes, they actually have one of the highest numbers for causing disability and even death. So it's very important that, you know, if we can avoid this, we want to. Slips happen when there's too little friction between footwear and walking surfaces. I'm going to leave this blank here for a minute. If you guys can just put in the chat, what are some common causes you think slips are? Don't be shy now. Come on, let's get that chat filled up. Yes, wet surfaces. I like that. Milk in the lunchroom. Water, absolutely. Not paying attention. Ice. Great job, guys. So some of the common are just like you said, wet, oily, weather conditions. If rain gets tracked in, loose rugs, flooring. So those were some great answers. Trips happen when your foot hits an object. That can be because your view is obstructed. People, you know, have a habit of walking up the stairs and carrying stuff above their sight. Poor lighting, clutter. Not going to read all of those, but I do really want to touch base on uncovered cables and cords. We really have to pay attention to those things. And we recently had an injury a few months ago where we had an employee who was in a computer lab. And they were assisting a student, and they just turned to talk to the student, and they tripped over the cord. And unfortunately, that trip, while it may seem like it's minor, they ended up with a broken shoulder and a broken hand on the opposite sides of their body, which caused them to be off work for an extended period of time. And unfortunately, they had just got back to work and they didn't have any sick time. So now they're off work with an injury. They can, you know, they requested BWC, but unfortunately that doesn't pay you at 100% of your pay rate. So when these things that seem like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, it really ends up upsetting your whole life, because now you're trying to figure out how to survive on a lesser income. So if we could just take that second and be like, you know what, let me reach out to my administrator. Let me get the things that go over the court so we can not have those all bunched up. You know, it's something as simple as that. Falls. So falls happen when your body's knocked out of its balance. Let's put in the chat again, friends, some of the common causes of falls. Uneven surfaces. I like that. Yes, Brenda, not watching where you're going. Cracks or holes. Yes, Courtney, great job. So yes. Texting while walking, absolutely. I love that one. Chairs, great job. So some common causes of falls are, just like you said, uneven ground, even defective equipment, overreaching. Those are definitely some great things. So thank you, guys. I want to talk about how to prevent slip, trips, and falls. What are some things that you guys think we can do to prevent some slip, trips, and falls here at Columbus City Schools? Report things, pay attention, signage. I love it. I love it. You guys are making my job easy today. I was nervous, but y'all got my back. Appreciate it. So yeah, we can clean up spills, mark an area, do some mopping, secure those mats, close doors, keep the areas well lit. And I'm gonna bold this one here, right here. Don't stand on a chair. I don't know how many times at the beginning of a school year or the end of a school year while we're putting up bulletin boards, taking down bulletin boards, staff are common to grab a chair, and then not only a chair, but a rolly chair. You know, it's just like we tell our students, don't lean back on a chair. So let's follow the advice we would tell our students. Don't stand on a chair and pay attention and slow down. Common injuries due to slip, trips, and falls are sprains, cuts, laceration, bruises, and fractures. And while we're talking about slip, trips, and falls, just out of curiosity, if you could put in the chat, how many reported numbers of slip, trips, and falls do you think we get a year here at Columbus City Schools? %, 100, over 1,000. Well, thank goodness we ain't over 1,000 a year, Audra. Hundreds. Okay, some of us are a little closer than others. So here's a list. So in 2019, we had 186 falls, 2020, 90. Now 90, we ain't gonna take really credit for that in 2020. We're gonna say something good came out of COVID. But we are, as you see, we are getting in the right area. In 2022, so far, we've had 145 reported this year. So we are getting better. However, when you think about it, we really haven't had bad weather. So I'm not going to take credit for 145. I think we have a lot of work to do, but I think we can do it together. So if we do it together, we will get there. While we're talking about slip, trips, falls, and injuries, let's talk about workers' compensation, what it is, and why we report injuries. So workers' compensation is here to help employees and their employers cope with injuries. That may include paying for medical treatment, lost wages. We report injuries because, one, it's a requirement. The BWC does tell me by the end of the school year, it's actually February 1st, I have things I have to report to them. How many people were injured that had to be taken off work? How many days did each individual miss due to a work accident? Were they on restrictions? If so, how long? Did they seek medical treatment? If so, how many sought medical treatment? So one, it's a requirement. We're required as an employer. We have certain things that we do have to report. The other thing is if we report them and we report them accurately, we can review trends and see what's occurred. And then that forces us as an employer that what can we do to assist our employees to help them be safe, because we want you to be safe. So we're all in this together, because if we can pinpoint things, then we can hopefully stop something from occurring in the future. So now we have an injury, we got injured. What do we do next? Well, we have to report an injury. So let's go through that and see what that looks like, reporting the injury. I'm gonna pull this up here, and I'm actually going to pull it over to my second screen and update sharing that. So that way you don't see me looking sideways and just see all of this. Okay, can everyone see our staff webpage? Perfect. So if you were on Google, you could just put in Columbus City Schools, and then you would click Columbus City Schools, and you go right here to staff webpage. You're going to scroll down here. We made it so simple to find. Under your quick links, you're just going to click workplace injury illness. And I'm going to move that over here. You'll know you're in the right spot because you'll see this little man slipping, and you're going to report. Click on report accident injury. So if you're the
Penny,
employee,
Penny,
yes.
I think it's showing your presentation.
Okay, let's come down.